welcome back to Let's Play Birthright the Gorgon's Alliance, the game where mysterious bugs appear and disappear at a rather alarming rate. It's the 10th turn, I think, since I reset the turn count to get rid of a bug. I don't know how many turns it's been since that same bug kicked in again and in here and left an arm in Colsathorek that we can remove, and then without any warning at all, on the previous turn that bug just disappeared, and I was actually finally able to fight that army again. And lo and behold,
of course, my liege.
my army,
Your Highness.
my elite army of casters is now
Yes, Regent?
able to move again.
My liege. Yes, Regent.
So,
Your Highness.
this is admittedly a terrifying army of the undead.
Your Highness. It shall be done. Your bidding, my liege. Your Highness.
But I'm attacking now that my elite force is ready to roll again. And it's also fairly obvious what I'm going to do now that this turn. I'm going to now that I can use my favorite army again.
Your bidding, my liege. Yes, Regent.
My liege?
I'm just going to make sure I can leave
My liege.
enough troops to sort of just pin down the Gorgon in case he tends to advance further, and then I'm going to declare war on the Gorgon. And of course he declares war in return. Coronus
Succeeded.
Right. Gorgon's crown was investing in that province which he invaded, and I just let him because he's got vast reserves of regency. He will probably... I could bid against him, but he would just bid back against me, so I'll just take that back from him later again. I'll let him. And then I'll fight his army. I do like swampy ground because the Gorgon himself tends to get...
Yes. I'll do it soon.
Yes? By your command. Man, by your command. Yes?
The Gorgon himself kind of tends to get
By your command.
Yes. I'll get on that.
a little
right away.
cramped by that, hampered by that thing right there, so...
Ready. Yes? Wizard ready. Is ready. Your priest
Your
is ready.
priest is ready.
Wizard ready.
Your priest is ready. Your priest is ready.
Wizard ready. Your priest is ready. Your priest is ready. Orders? Archers at the ready. Archers at the ready. Your priest is ready. Wizard ready. Consider it, Majesty. Wizard ready.
Your priest is ready. Your priest is
just seems to hamper
yes.
the Gorgon. Oh, more than it does me. That wasn't what I meant to do. I meant to
Do it
cost...
soon.
What?
Your priest is ready. Your priest is ready.
Out of here!
My liege. Your priest is ready.
Majesty, consider it.
No!
By your
Ah,
command, your priest is ready.
I want you to cast spells like this, not charge
Archers at the ready.
all the time.
Wizard ready. Majesty, move back. Orders?
Do it soon.
Man. Wizard ready.
Your priest is ready. My liege.
You'll note
By your
I...
command.
Ah, did you suddenly run out of spells? No! Then why couldn't you cast your other spell instead of attacking, stupid... Alright,
Wizard ready.
Fireball,
Your priest.
Flame Strike.
My liege. Get on.
Now you're out of spells.
Archers at the ready. Archers at the ready.
Fortunately, Gorgon is out of skeletons almost.
Wizard ready, Your Highness. Majesty?
My liege, consider it done.
Yes, by your command.
Yeah.
Your orders?
Do it soon.
Your command.
Send in some knights. Obviously, there isn't an awful lot they can do, but they can at least keep him occupied until I could deploy enough armies to push him off the field. And he fell back in there. Oh, and yeah, he's got a few leftover skeletons.
My liege, by your command.
Majesty, consider it done. I'll get on that. Orders?
Well, do it soon. Yes, get on that right.
In fact, I feel so confident
Do
I'll
it soon.
just have everybody advance.
Your priest is
Wizard
ready.
ready,
Your
Your
priest
Highness.
is ready.
Priest
Your priest is ready.
Wizard ready, Your Highness. Wizard ready, Your Highness. Majesty, our priest is ready. Our priest is ready. Archers at the ready.
Always been
Archers at the
a bit
ready.
surprised that 2 of the units died and the others probably retreated. Right, alien. Go away.
Your turn.
Roger Ragnar, get an experience pet 11. Now, what's something that's very important to do now is to deal with this army before it gets annoying. I do have a castle in there, but it won't sort of hold forever. So that's something I want to do. I also need to keep the Gorgon sort of on his toes here. Let's take a look at what armies he's got. Oh, that's an awful lot of skeletons, and more skeletons, and more skeletons. That is probably his weakest force. 6 units. And then he's got a sack full of skellies in there. Right. So, Mushin's Point, I should attack that with a force. It's not. Doesn't need to be ridiculously large. It needs to be somewhat large because, of course, the Gorgon can move in there. I need to take out these guys. Hopefully, with an army big enough to wipe it clean off the map.
Your bidding.
Six units is what he's got in there.
My liege.
And 3 units down there. In order to completely wipe that off the map, I need to be able to. I need 12 units, something like that.
Yes, Regent?
Majesty.
So. So 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Consider
I
it
suppose
done,
you
Regent.
guys
Yes, Regent.
should have no major
By
trouble
command.
with these guys.
Your bidding. Of course, Your Highness.
My liege,
I'll need some troops, obviously, to try and hold on to
Regent.
Zaptig.
your bidding, my liege. Yes, Regent?
Oh, and you guys,
As you wish,
these
Regent.
goblins, they're good for nothing
bidding,
other
my
than
liege. As you wish, Regent.
also
Regent?
calculating anyway, so we'll see
As
if
you
they can
wish,
deal with
Regent.
some of those at least. We'll
Yes,
see
Regent?
if we could send an
My liege.
Your bidding, my liege,
archer or
shall be
something
done.
to hold on to that. Now it's important.
Yes, Regent?
Actually, these guys will have to just retreat, won't they? Because if I attack Mushin's Point as planned, he will have nowhere to retreat, and
Your
people will start
bidding.
getting stuck
Yes,
again.
Regent? Your bidding. Your Highness?
resources. Level 4, level 4, level 3. You shouldn't be able
Your Highness?
to mass destruct my units outside of there.
Your bidding?
Your bidding?
Am I actually going to hound the Gorgon around here with my elite army? I could do that. It's just this army is so weak, I really want to take Mushin's Point. But I must make sure they can't retreat anywhere. Rather that they have somewhere to retreat is more the issue. They could retreat down to Sunder
Regent?
Falls, for example, if... Or I could just leave them to actually retreat to Anathar.
Your bidding?
I think I'll have to. I think I'll need you guys in Sunder Falls to deal with all these skellies. This is a vast number of army of skeletons, perfect for my caster group. These guys a relatively meager army should be able to deal with.
Yes,
For example,
Regent. Consider it done, Regent. Yes, Regent? Yes, Your Majesty. Yes, Regent?
Of course, Your Highness.
I might consider moving in there with my
My liege?
myself, my regent. The danger with it, of course, is if I'm forced to retreat, for example, if the Gorgon himself moves in and attacks, if he also has troops in there, I won't be able to. And that's very dangerous to do that with your regent, because my regent unable to retreat will get killed and that would be game over. So,
Yes, Regent?
not too sure about that one.
Your Highness? Yes, Regent?
Didn't I have some reserves somewhere, or all my reserves perhaps now locked into the fray? That's possible that they are, because yeah, most of my reserves went into this army, didn't they?
Your bidding, Majesty?
And they are locked down, fighting these guys,
My liege?
aren't they? Yes, they are. Okay. Well, it's not as if I haven't been raising troops for quite some time now.
My liege?
Didn't I bless an army though? I could have sworn I... Here we are, this is our blessed army. Perfect. Perfect.
It shall be done. Your Majesty? It shall be done. Your Highness?
No, I like
Consider it
I like
done,
to
my
have
liege.
some units
You're bidding,
left
my
in
liege?
there.
It shall be done. Your Majesty?
As you wish, Regent. Your bidding, my liege.
Your Majesty?
Oh. Actually, I can't though, can I? Because if I attack in here,
Your bidding? Your bidding, my liege.
whatever he's got left there must be allowed to
Yes,
retreat
Regent?
into Mushin's Point. So it would have been far better for me to use Ubarmiendin to attack
Yes, Regent?
the
Yes,
Gorgon
Regent?
himself.
Your bidding, my liege.
Your Majesty?
Your Highness?
And it will then be far more useful for me to send my archers in there just to pin those guys down.
course, Your
if possible
Highness.
at least. And then these guys can,
Your Majesty.
in case these guys start to advance, these guys should be able to
Your
hold
Highness.
Zaptig at least. Nope, still hasn't ruled up any of his
Your
sources.
Majesty.
That's good for me, and bad for him. Now, what I need to do, of course, and I've been desperately trying, is to create a holding here in that province. Can I do so now? I have to try, because Sidiath, like that, a source. Without a source or a temple holding in there, I won't be able to break that ward. Please.
Succeeded.
Go away, Talon. Actually, can you offer a tribute? That's not too bad, I'll accept that offer. I still didn't get that source though, didn't I? Did I in there? Yes, I'm definitely wanting to command this battle.
Your orders? Done. Your orders? Right. Your command.
That's the
Done.
whole reason why I
Consider it
sent
done.
so many
Consider
troops
it
Your
done.
orders? Your orders? Right. Yes? Yes.
into this
Your orders?
relatively simple,
Consider it done. Yes.
against this
I'll get on that right
comparatively
away.
small enemy army.
Your orders? By your command.
My liege.
I'm planning on wiping them out
Archers at the ready.
like that so none of them can retreat and get stuck somewhere. Oh really? You know, this battle is so interesting, I've got to try it, you know? A single archer versus the Gorgon. Obviously, the archer should have no chance whatsoever against the might of the
Yes.
Gorgon
Consider
himself.
it done.
But Gorgon archers are a bit overpowered, and the Gorgon's troops, no matter how immensely powerful they are slow. They have a movement of 1. A defense of 9, oh, I'll never get through that. But
Your command.
Oops.
I'll do it soon. Regent, consider it done.
I'll never get through that defense, of course. But
Archers at the ready. Your command. By your command.
I'll just have to try, just to test out how. I mean, how overpowered are the archers really? Can in small battles, can a single archer on his own defeat the Gorgon? I wouldn't think so.
Archers at the ready. Regent, by your command.
And it's certainly going to be one long, slow battle. You may find it, say, one slow, boring battle, and I'll understand.
Archers at the ready. Yes. by
But I
your
have to
command.
try. When I actually get the chance here to fight the Gorgon with nothing but just himself and his personal bodyguard of skeletons and the undead, compared to whom he is essentially much taller, but twice as tall. He's a giant, that Gorgon. I have to try and just see how this pans out. I've been able to hit him once, actually, and of course the plan is to just keep out of range of those
Archers at
horrible,
the ready,
horrible spells of his.
Yes. I'll get on that right away.
Because he's got no missiles,
Archers at the ready. Your command. Your command.
but he's got a defense of 9, so it's very, very hard, obviously, to hit him with my missiles. He's just almost impervious to missiles, but almost impervious to any kind of attack, really.
Archers at the ready. Regent, consider it done. Archers at the ready. Regent. Your command. By your command.
So bear with me while I use a single archer unit to take on the Gorgon with no army besides the Gorgon himself. and takes a lot of patience, obviously, because once he's moved, I can't move into range because then I'll come into range of his spells. So I'm gonna have to wait for him to move, to get impatient and move around, and then pull out. Pull up before he gets to actually
Archers at the ready. Your command.
do anything. Oh, I hit him again!
Regent. Consider
We
it
get to
done.
admire the scenery a bit as well. You can see that there are mountains in the background, because we are in this is a mountainous area.
Yes, I'll do it soon.
Gorgon's crown. There's a reason why they call him the crown. It's sort of the
Archers at the ready. Yes.
huge mountains, I suppose. And I. It's been established in small skirmishes between small armies, archers are invincible. A single archer defeated the Gorgon. Brilliant. Okay, so the Gorgon raised goblin infantry in Zapteg.
Yes? Right.
Again.
Command. Right. Your orders? Consider it done.
Regent. By your command. Regent.
Let's just
Consider it done.
make sure we swarm the battlefield and win by default by mischief, or sort of numbers like that. Okay, Thunderfalls, this is where he's got all those skeletons, and I got my caster force on it. He's got nothing but skeletons in this force, not a single other type of unit,
Do it soon, Majesty.
which means I don't have to think about using, trying to have priests against skeletons and making sure he doesn't. I mean, when I have a combination, I try to use my wizards against his non-skeleton units if he has a lot of skeletons and just a few other units, because
Orders? Archers at the ready. Archers at the ready.
but now I don't have to worry about that at all. I just have to worry about
Yes, Majesty. Yes. Your priest is ready. Your priest is ready.
well, what do I have to worry about? Running out of spells, yes, and then thus inadvertently charging the enemy
Archers at the ready.
without intending to do so.
Majesty. Your priest is ready.
They only lost 4 units, and the others presumably fled north. And here's a similar army.
Your command. By your command.
These skeletons might have a chance. Well, not a really good chance, but they might have a chance to at least wreak some havoc
Get on that right away.
if they got a kind of battlefield that wasn't open. You know, the kind of battlefield with lots of trees and stuff that would block my spells.
Your priest is ready.
And since I got to pick the battlefield, there isn't really a lot they can do again, except try to charge me and
Orders? Archers at the ready.
get blasted as they do. In fact, if there's one thing I could perhaps do, it's
Your command. Your priest is ready.
sort of hope for them to charge me while damaged, so that I can oops, there's wizards out of spells.
Yes? Yes? Your command? Wizard ready, Highness. Wizard ready, Highness.
Your command. Yes.
Once they've committed to charging, they can't pull out until they've reached
Consider
the
it
square I'm in, so
your priest is ready.
Orders at ready.
Just slightly smaller chance of them being able to actually
Archers at the ready. The priest is ready.
Your priest is ready.
The priest is ready.
for them to be able to retreat and get out of there.
Yes.
Because I can simply
Orders. Archers at the ready.
shoot missiles.
The priest is ready. The priest is ready.
Oh, run out of spells.
Believe.
Yeah, this time I wiped out nearly their entire force. Oh. Well, this is a battle that our single archer unit, no matter how brave, cannot possibly win, so get him out of there.
Your Highness?
Go away, Ilian. Just gonna double check and see if I turn off all the Gorgon's got. Yeah, I've got no source in there. And it tells me I'm successful, but I'm not. It's very strange. Very, very strange. Okay, I've got a lieutenant action. Don't really know what to do with it. The Gorgon's sitting in there now.
Your Highness?
Your Highness?
Let's see, what do I want? What do I need to do? Obviously, I want to create something in Shideth. But my 45% chance of success? I can always try.
Waiting for an opponent. Succeeded.
See, no source. Makes no sense. There's one other thing, of course, that I have to try. I have to try and make a temple there. Because a temple would also let me dispel realm magic, at least.
Succeeded.
Oh, and I forgot to... Ooh! He warded Sage's Fen, did he? The bastard! That was a smart move, actually. I forgot that he had ward spells. I'm not gonna swear fealty to you, no matter how much tribute you offer me. And then he moves in with a single... Oh, I thought I had more armies than that in Zaptic. I think I completely forgot to move from my... I should have moved around and seen if there was something else I could do to fight the Gorgon is what I should have done, but... You know, attack him somewhere. I completely forgot about that. I guess I kind of wanted the turn in the episode to not drag on for too long as well, and then you see what happens, and instead they end up attacking with... I end up with one of those one archer battles again, this time against another irregular. You can see this is a different landscape. Still, there's sort of always the overcast weather in the Gorgon's lands, apparently. So the occasional brush, but we're fighting in open plains. Just occasional woods in the distance.
Yes? Yes? Consider it done.
Well, a bit more woods over in the hills over there, I suppose. We'd like to keep it around here in the open area, thank you.
Yes? Regent, by your command.
A rugged terrain.
Archers at the ready.
Well, it's a major
Command?
problem to spells. I want, thank heavens. But also plays havoc on your ability to move. Oh, he's sending... Yeah, I really should have moved in some troops and hampered him a bit more. Because now he's attacking with a much more annoying force. And the bloody bastard
Yes,
got a
I'll do it soon.
kind of terrain that's good for him and not for me.
Majesty, I'll do it soon.
Maliege, by your command.
Yes, I'll do it
Still
soon. Consider it
play havoc with my
Your
ability to
command. Consider it done. Your command.
move round.
By your command.
Your priest is ready.
Your priest is
Your
ready.
priest
Is
is
it ready?
ready. Your priest is ready.
Your priest is ready. Your priest is ready. Is it ready? Majesty,
And block my spells.
is it ready? Majesty,
Oh crap.
Maliege,
Flame strike.
your priest is ready.
Thank heavens for flame strike.
By your command.
Majesty, I'll do it soon. Majesty, is it ready?
Yes. Your priest is ready. Maliege, your priest is ready.
Is it ready?
Missed.
Is it ready?
Phew.
Is it ready? Majesty, is it ready? And by your command. Is it ready?
Yes. Your priest is ready. Your priest is ready.
Is it ready? Your priest is ready. Your priest is ready.
Well,
Is it ready?
I was about to say it wasn't going so badly, but then of course my spells start failing against enemies with missile capabilities.
I'll get on that.
Your command. Your priest is ready.
Okay, do I dare? This is dangerous. Moving a wizard into range of their bows.
Archers ready. Your command.
Majesty,
Especially since I have no spells left on that wizard. That was stupid.
Your command. Archers ready. Your orders.
Yes.
Okay, get you out of there and get a priest on the field. Oh well, this
Do it
is
soon.
good
Your
priest.
command.
yes.
You get off the field. I need a priest.
Command. I'll do it soon.
You've got spells and you've got spells and you've only got one spell left.
Your command. Your priest is ready. Yes.
In other words, get you out, get the wizard in.
Yes. Archers at the ready.
Archers ready.
Archers at the ready. Yes. Archers at the ready.
Yeah, this is Anuirean, listed as a wizard, but is actually a priest.
We have nearly won.
I have so many times gotten so confused because of that. You've got spells.
Your command. Consider it done.
Dare to advance. Ooh. Wasn't such a great
By
idea.
your command. Your command. Consider it done.
Your command.
Not now. Your orders. The priest is ready.
They only lost 5 units?
Majesty,
Yeah.
as Chamberlain, my task is
Majesty, here's an account of the strength of your armies and that of your
Look, the Gorgon's Crown's armies have been reduced to 46. Good. And I click done. I set the tax levels. I save. It's now LP 50. And I do report again.
Here's an account of the strength of your armies.
And the Gorgon's Crown's armies have increased to 72. At the start of each turn they just get a lot of free skeleton armies basically. Oh well. At least now we're more of an equal footing. I have 71, they have 72. But that I suppose will be for the next turn. So hope you'll join me for that.